This is ESPN on ABC.
You don't need to tell these fans it's a rivalry. You don't need to prop this up as the final hurdle of a dream season. You don't need to hype an ACC championship spot or a chance of the college football playoff. You don't need to tell them anything else but this. You're playing Kentucky. It's cats and cards. It's blue and red. It's the great divide in a state overserved neat with passion. It's the Governor's Cup. And right here, right now, it's the only thing that matters. As we welcome you to college football on ABC, presented by Dayquil. This is Rivalry Week, presented by Mazda CX-90, a sold-out L&N Stadium. Louisville. They are number 10 in the country, and today their annual battle against talent-rich Kentucky has arrived, as has this kind of heat. Let's show you what happened just 90 minutes before kickoff. The Cards and the Cats just letting each other know it is on. Is it ever? Joe Tessitore and Jesse Palmer with you. And here's Louisville, still one of 9 teams alive to make the college football playoff. We'll go through all those scenarios as the day goes on. Perhaps not as much chaos as you think. They're 10-1. They're playing in the rivalry game, and it hits differently.
This is the best week in college football. It's rivalry week, and rivalries are what make the sport the best sport in the world. These two teams, Kentucky and Louisville, a lot of familiarity. A lot of these players have played against each other in high school. These fan bases do not like each other whatsoever. And it's games like this, Joe, you just take the records, you take the stats, you throw them out the window, because anything can happen when these two teams are playing for the Governor's Cup.
Let's bring Katie into the conversation. Katie, George, everyone you talk to is associated with this rivalry. They say people nationally have no idea the intensity within the state, but you do. You've lived it.
Well, let's put it like this, Tess. My mother graduated from the University of Kentucky. Her father played football for Bear Bryant, and when she married my dad, she said she willingly allowed him to convert her to being a Louisville fan because living in a house divided was truly not worth it. There is no middle ground. You're either one or you're the other. That's what makes this rivalry so great. Both fan bases are extremely passionate and sometimes charmingly delusional. Each team measures the success of their season on the outcome of this game. For Kentucky, knocking off a top 10 team would erase past disappointment from this season, while there's some Louisville fans who genuinely would rather beat Kentucky today than win the ACC championship next week. That's what you're dealing with, Tess.
Here come the Cards. 10-1, already a spot in the ACC championship locked up. Jesse, let's talk about how Louisville has found success this year.
You can't talk enough about Jeff Brom coming back to his alma mater in his first year here. You just mentioned it, 10 wins, playing in an ACC championship game. He's put himself in that discussion for National Coach of the Year. But this is a team in Louisville, they really pride themselves on their physicality. Running the ball, stopping the run. Their transfer quarterback, Jack Plummer's made a lot of plays. And it hasn't always been easy. This is a team that's found ways to win games, but they're not worried about FSU in the ACC title game next week. They're worried about an in-state rival today and a team in Kentucky that has beat them 4 straight times.
And a team that has one of the very best running backs in the SEC, Ray Davis, of course. And today he's just 10 yards away from making some history. That big blue wall, that offensive line, will it come crashing down on this magical Louisville season as Mark Stoops, 11 years in the rivalry game, set to go. We'll be back with kickoff after this message and a word from our ABC stations.